Welcome to day 8 of the 30-day video challenge. Today, we're going to see if you guys can start noticing a pattern. We're going to jump forwards to mid-college, so my early 20s. I had answered an ad in the newspaper about becoming a part-time karate instructor. So the group or the organization was looking for instructors for their outreach program. And so 2 nights a week, I got to teach at a local community center. And they liked the way that I taught and what I was doing. So they offered me 2 more nights, which were then Mondays and Wednesdays. So I went from 2 nights to 4 nights. They liked the growth that I developed for each of those programs. So then they invited me to a main school, which is similar to what you would see that we have now, what we would call a professional school, located in a plaza and service. So prior to that, all of these were in community centers and or outreach programs. So well, I guess we'll back up a step. The story of this step is from protege to rival. So finding it a little bit easier to identify each of these if we have a title for it. So as you can imagine, being young in my 20s and hungry, having the mindset of hard work as I've always had, it was easy to be seen as the protege of the company, coming up pretty quickly from two programs to 4 programs to a main school all within a couple of years. And then we started learning some things about the company that weren't very favorable. So there was always some gossip that the owner wasn't very honest and legit, but nothing was ever able to be proven. But the industry as a whole all had a bad feeling about the leader, and in our young 20s, we shrugged it off, said don't really care. We the instructors are the program, not the owner, so we can overcome that. At the time, there were about 9 of us, and each of us had our own location throughout the Metro Detroit area. We had plans on, probably developing or opening 30 or 40 schools total at that time, and it was definitely an interesting and exciting time from our perspective until we started to learn more and more things. So as we started getting less and less happy, with the program, everybody said, we're fed up. We really don't like how this works anymore. We're going to leave. With that in mind, the step before that was the owner at one point decided he wanted to take a step away and pretty much gave us the schools. So he came to us at one point, said, I want you to be the primary owner of the school. You are going to be responsible for the rent, the utilities, all the maintenance on the building, the billing, collecting, everything, and then you just pay us a 25% fee to run to have the brand name and be able to use our merchandise and things. So in short, as we know now, that's called a franchise. What he did back then was, well, we don't want to have to franchise this because that will end up costing you thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. So we'll just do this under the table. But you are going to be the owner and responsible for all the stuff, and you just pay us the fee. So jump back forwards to where everybody became unhappy. And so at that point, we're like, well, you know what? That's fine. We've decided that we want to part ways. And so I'm not going to pay you anymore, and I'm going to change the name of the business so that way there's no association, and we'll do our own thing and just be different. Took all of about 48 hours to get a lock slapped on the door and an injunction from a court saying that I was locked out and that I could not teach martial arts. This in turn led to about a 3 or 4 year lawsuit where I learned all kinds of legalese and legal terms about what I did wrong, apparently, allegedly, and it was a really tough time. There were some dark moments in those where I actually started to question, am I really a bad person, for doing this? And the answer is no. I did everything on the up and up. I did everything the right and legal way. Unfortunately, I was dealing with a less than honest person that I thought had my best interest in mind. So I learned the hard way that he did not. And he had some tricks up his sleeve, which is what allowed him to lock the door and throw me out. And he even tried to bar me from teaching martial arts for 5 years. And so it was 4 or 5 years of very expensive lessons through the courts, and the lawyers got very rich, and it was tough. But so hopefully you kind of start to see where the patterns are here. So elementary school to high school to now into college, not such great references, not such great mentors, coaches, people that are supposed to be looking out and helping me, really didn't. And so again, that's part of why I take what I do so seriously, and make sure that my word is my bond, and that I'm honest and forthright and transparent with everything that I do, so that I don't want anybody to have to go through or feel the things that I did. So it was definitely a life experience, and definitely became a major rival. As you can imagine, Yuki's having some fun with the truck going by. She has to guard the house. That's her main responsibility. So as you can imagine, over the decades, so this was probably 20, 25 years ago, all 9 schools, I think they might have 1 left, if any at all. And they definitely are not doing any type of benefit for the kids that I've seen, and definitely nowhere near the things that I'm able to do now with the kids and helping them with their life skills and their leadership skills. So other than that, it was definitely, it's something I don't really think too much back on, because it's in the past, and we've recovered from it very well, and move forward. So from protege to rival, I don't think you want me to be your rival, right? I get that honey badger mentality, and once I knew I was right and they were wrong, right? We fought all the way through, and like I said, it ended up costing us tens of thousands of dollars. But my mindset of right is right and wrong is wrong, as I mentioned in the other day, where when I was young, it was very black and white. I was still in that stage. And at that point, that mentality helped me, because it was, I don't care how much money it's going to cost me. You're wrong and you're lying. And they tried to slander my name through the process. They talked to all of the students and told me how I was such a bad teacher and teaching them all the wrong things, and et cetera, et cetera. So that made me just dig in even more, right? When you're wrong, right? Money's not an object. I'm going to stand up for what's right. So that is the protege to the rival story, and that takes care of day number 8. Well on our way. So let me know your thoughts. Talk to you tomorrow.